allergic to the cat.
Okay, we should be live on YouTube here. I'm gonna go ahead and get the link posted online. Okay, get it posted up and we'll see if anyone does join in. Get back to the video. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and share. Oh, wrong thing. Okay, let's see if that's the right thing. Everyone see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll get started, and when Jeremy joins in, he joins in. So I'll call this meeting to order. Do we want to do Pledge of Allegiance, everyone, or do we just want to?
We don't have a flag.
Very true, and I don't know how to do the background thing that Tim always does. We'll skip over it.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead to roll call. So go ahead, Sharon.
Charles Stahl,
Here.
Linda Allworth,
Here.
Jeremy Smell, Chris Kulik,
Here.
Susan Brown,
Here.
Sharon Long, here, Chris Fabic,
Here.
Ted Long, Tim Miller.
Okay, and what I'm going to ask you to do, Sharon, whenever Jeremy does join in, just reflect it in the minutes that he joined in at whatever point in the meeting we're at.
Okay.
So, okay, so do we have any visitors, written requests? Did anyone call in
No,
and speak?
nobody
Okay.
called.
We'll go ahead on to the bills to be paid.
I make a motion to pay the bills.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We'll pay the bills. Anyone have a need for an executive session? I don't.
Hey,
No.
can I ask a technical question?
Yes.
Because I usually look at my screen to see who's making a motion. Remind me how I can see everybody on the bottom again. I thought I just swiped left and that's not working.
I don't use an iPad, so I'm not sure. Sue, do you know from your phone?
I pushed the
My
little.
phone, I just have wiping through, and like the most I can get is 4.
Sometimes
like-
there's like a little waffle button.
Well, that was
waffle.
I saw the waffle button when we first started. That was in my upper left, but then like it went away. So now I only see the agenda you have posted, and I just have one little box on the very bottom of like whoever's, you know what I mean? I can't see all of you, and I don't remember how I do that.
Try clicking on the box that is just whoever's talking.
Is there a plus sign down there
Yeah.
on the? Push the plus.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There
Got
we
it?
go. Thank you, Linda.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, sorry about that.
you're good.
right.
No solicitor's report because Tim's not here. What I will say while we're at his report point, tonight we are able to vote on the amendment to the zoning ordinance. I don't know if that was,
Oh, no, I forgot to put that on there, but yes, it has been advertised.
okay, yeah, so we'll get there under new business once we get
Okay.
there. Under old business, we did reopen the police contract last meeting to make the changes. Chris, do you want to go over what changes we have decided to make to it?
Yes. So the changes would be me going from an hourly employee to a salaried employee at that rate that we discussed, removing part-time uniform allowance and personal days, removing a part-time vest purchase, that would be decided on an as-needed basis moving forward. And the wording change for holiday pay as it relates to a full-time officer being on probation.
Okay. So I'm assuming everyone on your end agreed to this, the changes, we're all good there?
Correct.
Okay,
It only really affects me,
yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah. So with that, I'll need a motion to accept the amended police contract.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And Sharon, it looks like we got Jeremy, if you want to mark that in the minutes that we got him.
Okay.
Charlie, can we touch on one more thing, just so we're all on the same page?
Yeah.
Everybody, part-time wise, got the notice that there wouldn't be a budget line for them moving forward in 2021. I've got a resignation letter from most of the part-time employees. There are two that wanted to know if they could stay on the rolls but never work in the event that part-time would ever come back in the future. Eliminating those pieces in the contract, there's no budgetary amount that would have to cost the township anything to leave them on the rolls. I told them that I would bring that up to the board for their decision.
So we have two officers that want to stay on the rolls, just to be on the rolls, I would assume. Just so everyone understands, what that does is it lets them keep what's called their MOPEC. It's their municipal police officer certification for short. And being on our rolls lets them keep it. And if we do ever come back to having part-time again, they'll still be on the rolls and we won't have to go through a full rehiring process. So we do have those two, but we did eliminate all budgetary lines for them. So
Well, well, okay, I don't want to misspeak here and someone interrupt me if I'm wrong, but they could work any DUI checkpoints or buckle up checkpoints because that is not paid through township monies, that is paid through county monies. So they could work those because it doesn't come out of our actual budget. So there are
Yeah.
line items for those checkpoints.
that is true. Yeah, they could work checkpoints and special details that are covered under grants that we get elsewhere. So it's no cost to the township. If they do work those, it's all reimbursed through the grants, I believe. Chris, I have that covered, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So I don't know if necessarily, do we want to put this into a motion form? To have it on the record that we're keeping two part-time on the rolls. Anyone? Well,
Mal, I don't think it hurts to do that.
yeah. So I'll need a motion to retain two part-time officers on an as-needed basis.
Do you want to state their names or no?
Yeah, Chris, go ahead with what two it is. So it's in.
All right, it'd be Dawn and the officer that we hired 2 meetings ago, that Mason Fontana.
So Dawn Frykowski and Mason Fontana. And Dawn's been with us for 17 years, so I think 17. Is that right, Sharon?
Oh,
Like that.
something like
Long time.
2004, maybe 3, 4.
She's been with us a while, so
Yes.
I have no problem keeping her on the rolls. So I'll make that motion. I just need a second.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Do we have any other old business?
I do not.
Okay. I mean, I guess we can actually, we'll cover the zoning amendment under old business too. So with that, we have done all the necessary advertising to amend our zoning ordinance to allow multiple businesses on one property. So I'll need a motion to put this amendment into effect.
I'll make a
the
motion.
Who said that?
That was
We both-
Jeremy and Linda both. So we'll give the motion to Jeremy and the second to Linda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, and that's just a nice little Band-Aid on hopefully the start of getting the entire zoning ordinance redone, but that's a good start.
Just so you know, I'm abstaining from that vote.
Okay, yeah. Okay, any other old business? Not, we'll move on to new business. So we have the resolution for a CPA. So basically what that is just us saying that we will use a CPA to audit our books for this year. This has been common practice in the township for a good while now. So I'll make a motion, we approve this resolution.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Now's the one that's up for debate. So this next one is going to be the resolution for setting the tax rate. So I don't know if we maybe want to go over our budget at all before we do that. Sorry, this is sideways. I can't get the flip through here. But if you turn your head sideways, you'll see where we're at here with Sharon's little breakdown of where we would be at with each increase. We do have a projected carryover of $13,000, which is much less than we would normally carry over. I believe last year we carried over around 80,000. So there is a big difference there. And that's just due to a lot of loss in income.
My personal feeling, after thinking about it, I think we should go for the 4 mil increase.
I would agree with that.
I agree with you, Chris and Charlie. I think that's where we have to be. I think that's the best place to be.
Yeah, I think that will help us replenish some of the capital reserve that we're going to have to drain to pay the bills for January, February, March. It will replenish most of that. We'll still be a little bit short in our capital reserve from where we started, but it will replenish a chunk of that, and it does balance our budget. So I'll make the motion that we set the 2021 tax rate at 4 mil or 4 mil increase, which would be 11 mil.
11.
I had a question. Hey, Sharon, this Marcellus shale well income, how do you get that?
It just comes to me direct deposited. I think it's based upon, there's some sort of percentage based upon the wells that we have in the township. And I don't remember exactly how it's figured. But it must have something to do with how the well's producing, because when we first started getting that money, it was a lot higher than what it's currently at.
Yeah, and then we did, what was that, 2 years ago, get that large sum of money from that due to a court
Lawsuit.
case. But
Yeah, that won't again.
but that was a one-time thing. Usually we get around, if I remember correctly, 10 grand-ish on a normal basis. Am I remembering that correctly? I think so.
Now, that one well they're gonna drill out the road, is that in Bethel Township?
The one,
Yes.
yeah, the one we had the meeting for was in Bethel Township. They were just
Okay.
going to be laying a line through Gilpin.
All right, so we won't get nothing from that.
No, and that well has been put to a stop since COVID started, with no future plans of drilling it.
Yeah, that seems like probably gonna happen a lot.
Mhm.
Okay.
So my motion still stands to do a 4 mil increase. So I need a second on that.
I thought you had one.
Oh, I didn't hear one if I did.
I'll
Did
second.
one? Okay. We'll put Jeremy as the second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you guys. We did put a heck of a lot of work into getting that from 5 down to 4 during our budget meeting. So thank you everyone for that. And let's see, let me get back to the page here. So next we have to appoint a temporary chairman for our reorganization meeting.
I would like to appoint Sue.
I'll second that. Sue, you get to run the first 10 minutes of that next meeting
Yeah, until we elect the.
till we
Chairman.
decide whoever gets to be chairman. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we're going to set our date and time for reorganization meeting. It's more just setting the time. We're required by law to have it the first Monday of January. So it's pretty much just deciding a time for that. And that will be both our reorganization meeting and our regular monthly meeting. So we won't have it the second Monday of next month.
I just want to say that Bethel is having theirs at 4. So Tim and I will be participating in Bethel's at 4. So I would say anywhere from 5:15 after.
How about, I think 6 o'clock would be best for me because I have to get home from
Okay.
work.
I'm good with that.
6
Yeah,
o'clock.
anything 6 or later is fine.
Okay, then I'll make a motion. We set our reorganization meeting for January 4th, 2021 at 6 p.m.
Second.
All those in
Who's-
favor?
Who's second?
That was Jeremy that seconded.
Okay.
Aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries, I think.
Yes.
Okay, so next we do have to pass our 2021 budget, which again, this is
Well,
kind of just our budget rundown. There's not much here.
That budget you're gonna show is gonna show with the original planning of the 5 mills, so it's not an accurate income budget.
So basically we'll just approve the budget as it was, except with a 4 mil increase. Does that
Yes.
sound- Okay. So, I'll make the motion that we approve the budget as last decided with a 4 mil increase instead of a 5, showing in the income.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any other new business?
Really, do I have to get a new signature page on the contract, or do I just change what was changed?
We'll probably have to do a new signature page
Okay.
just because we did reopen it and change it. We'll want a new signature for the amendment. Any other new business? Any communications?
No.
Now would be the time for visitors to call in. We didn't do the call forwarding this week, so how do we want to do this? How about anyone that's watching this on YouTube, which right now it tells me no one is watching it. If someone is watching this live stream, please put into the live chat that you wish to speak and I'll give you a number to call. Or we'll call you. And we'll give that a couple minutes because it is always a little bit behind.
Okay, Happy New Year.
Telling me there are people watching now, so we'll give them a few more minutes to put in the live chat. I don't know if it was just wrong before, but it is saying there's a few people on now. Okay, Sharon.
I'm okay. I just took a look at my screen for a second and noticed somebody did something. I take it nobody else caught it.
I did not. I was watching the live chat.
Okay. Oh, I see what it is now. Oh my gosh. So Chris, I just saw it now because he put his head down. When I first took a glance, I thought he had a cartoon of like a knight's shield over his head. But when he, but when he, but
Oh,
when he
no.
just when he just tilts his head down, it's all gray with just like a little orange logo. Like his face was all gone. I just took a glance and I'm like, what? Sorry, my apologies.
I couldn't find my unicorn helmet, so
Okay, it's been about 4 minutes and no one has put in the live chat that they wish to call in. So with that, we'll move on to calendar additions. The only one is our reorganization meeting, January 4th at 6 p.m.
Is that going to be Zoom or real life?
Yeah, we will still be doing that via Zoom with the YouTube live stream, just because COVID is still unpredictable at this time. So we'll follow that in the same platform in which we've been doing. Now I'll need a motion for adjournment.
motion.
Second.
Motion by Chris, seconded by Jeremy. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Stop my share. And